Besides the absence of the Chinese delegation at the annual meetings in Tokyo, another hotly debated topic is the currencies of China, Malaysia, and Thailand being undervalued. Now we take a look at this issue in this analysis.
Highlights of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund meeting in Tokyo this week is the exchange rate of the currency of China, Malaysia, and Japan, namely the yuan or the renminbi, the ringgit, and the Thai baht, because the IMF has stated that these currencies are undervalued. Khun Thanong, what is your opinion on this?
The International Monetary Fund criticized these countries, namely China, Malaysia, and Thailand, for pursuing a policy that undervalue their currencies. I think the IMF said that this policy is not appropriate.
Yes.
These countries should instead rely on the fiscal policy, fiscal program to prop up the economy instead of the exchange rates.
Right.
Because right now the world is facing structural imbalances, namely the developed world are facing still deficits, while the export-led countries in Asia are enjoying surpluses.
Right.
So I think the International Monetary Fund would like to see a rebalancing, of the global economics structure.
Right.
So these countries, will have to rely less on exports and more on imports. We should not export more, but we should consume more.
Right.
So, but interestingly, that the report comes, amid the hotly contested U.S. presidential elections.
Yes.
Mitt Romney, the candidate, from the Republican Party, said that if he were to be elected as president of the United States, on day one in his office, he would take on China directly by announcing that China is a currency manipulator.
Yes.
So I think that's the important point.
Another point worth discussing is the GDP. The IMF has revised the GDP growth for Asia, and for this year, it revised to 6% from maybe 7.5% earlier, and specifically for China, it expects growth to be 7.8% this year and 8.2% in 2013. Khun Thanong, what is your opinion on this? Is this an accurate forecast?
This is not totally unexpected, because the main engines of the global economic growth have sputtered. Mainly the European crisis and the QE activity, in the United States, and so that's why we are experiencing a slowdown in Asia, region-wise. So the two main countries in this region, China and India, are also facing a slowdown, which in effect, drags down the growth, overall in this part of the world. So it's the IMF sends out a signal that countries should be prepared for a slowdown and be prepared to maybe adopt, a more fiscal program in order to smoothen out, the economic